everyone, myself Afsha, English teacher at Elizabeth High School and Junior College. Welcome back to my class. In our previous class, we have already completed part B of Unit 4 from class 9. Now is the time for part C, and the name of our lesson is Can't Climb Trees Anymore. So this lesson was written by Ruskin Bond. So before beginning with our lesson, let us move forward towards the author's introduction. Ruskin Bond was born in Kasauli, Himachal Pradesh. So he was a native of Himachal Pradesh, and he was born in the year 1934. He wrote a number of short stories, essays, novels, and many books for children. The Room on the Roof was his first novel, written when he was 17 years old. So when he was just 17 years old, he started writing novels, and the name of his first novel was The Room on the Roof. It received the John Llewellyn Rhys Memorial Prize in 1957. In 1992, he received the Sahitya Academy Award for his short story collection, Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra. So he also received the Sahitya Academy Award in the year 1992. Just do remember that. And given by Sahitya Academy, India's National Academy of Literature. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 for contributions to children's literature. So he received many awards like Sahitya Academy Award, Padma Shri Award, and etc. So he was a very great author, we can say. So now let us forward towards the lesson. Can't climb trees anymore. So it is our lesson. Now let us begin with that. He stood on the grass words by the side of the road and looked over the garden wall at the old house. It had not changed much. The old house, built with solid blocks of granite, was not altered at all. So it's the story of a man who was staring at a house with by recalling some memories, we can say, and he was thinking that there is no change in this house. It was not at all altered, but there was a new outhouse and there were fewer trees. He was glad to see that the jackfruit tree still stood at the side of the building, casting its shade on the wall. He remembered his grandmother saying, "A blessing rests on the house where the shadow of a tree falls." And so the present owners must also be receiving the tree's blessings. At the spot where he stood, there had once been a turnstile, and as a boy he would swing on it, going round and round until he was quite dizzy. Now the turnstile had gone, the opening wall up. Tall hollyhocks grew on the other side of the wall. So this is a story of a man who was recalling his memories, childhood memories, by seeing a house, old house we can say, which was not at all altered. And to make his memories fresh, there was one jackfruit tree also that was there since his childhood, and he was very happy to see that tree still standing there. What are you looking at? So someone asked him the question that what he was checking, what he was looking for. It was a disembodied voice at first. Moments later, a girl stood framed between dark red hollyhocks staring at this man. She was only 12 or 13, slim and dark, with the lively eyes and long black hair. So the two characters of our story are a man who was recalling his childhood memories by looking at the house, and a little girl who was approximately 12 or 13 years old. "I am looking at the house," he said. So when the girl asked what he was looking for, he replied that he is looking at the house. Now the girl asked, "Why? Do you want to buy it? So what is the reason that you are staring at our house? What is the reason?" So now the man replied, "Is it your house?" To this the girl said, "No, it's my father's." "And what does your father do?" "He is only a colonel." So she replied very innocently that he is only a colonel. Only a colonel? Well, he should have been a brigadier by now. So now the man was puzzled and he asked, "Only a colonel? What does it mean?" So she replied, "Well, he should have been a brigadier by now. By this time he might have become a brigadier." The man burst out laughing, so he immediately laughed. "It's not funny," she said. "Even mummy says he should have been a brigadier." It was on the tip of his tongue to make a witty remark. Perhaps that's why he is still a colonel. But he did not want to give offense. They stood on either side of the wall, appraising each other. So the girl replied very innocently that even mummy says that my father would have become a brigadier by this time now. The man thought of replying with some witty answer, but then he thought that there should be no offense here. So that is what the reason he kept quiet. And they were standing on either sides of the walls, and the discussion was going on. "Well," she said finally, "if you don't want to buy the house, what are you looking at? I used to live here once." So now the girl asked, "If you don't want to buy this house, then what is the reason that you are looking at our house like this?" So to this the man replied, "I used to live here once." So he started saying the truth now. Oh, 25 years ago, as a boy, as a young man. And then my grandmother died, and we sold the house and went away. So the man replied, now 25 years ago, this man used to live in that house as a young boy or a young person, we can say. After that, his grandmother expired and they have sold this house and they left that area or city, we can say. She was silent for a while, taking in this information. Then she said, and you would like to buy it back now, but you don't have the money. He did not look very prosperous. So what happened to this? The girl at first, she stood silently listening to this topic, and then she replied, so now you want to buy this house, but I don't think that you have money. No, I was not thinking of buying back. Wanted to see it again. That's all. How long have you lived in it? To this the man replied, no, I am not at all interested in buying this house again. I just wanted to see. I just wanted to recall my memories. That is for the reason I am here. And he started inquiring her, from how many years you are staying here. Only 3 years. She smiled. She would been eating a melon and there was still juice in the corners of her mouth. Would you like to come in and look more closely? So what happened? The girl replied, oh, we are staying here only from 3 years. And then she started asking, would you like to come in and see the whole house? To this the man said, wouldn't your parents mind? They have gone to the club. They won't mind. I am allowed to bring my friends home. So the girl replied, no, they won't mind because they are not present at our home right now. So they have gone to the club. On the other hand, I have the permission, right, to bring my friends home. Even elderly friends like me? To this the man replied, even elderly means the friends who are elder than you are also allowed in your house? The girl asked, how old are you? What is your age? Oh, just middle-aged, but feeling young today. And to prove it, he decided he would climb over the wall instead of going round to the gate. He got up on the wall, all right, but had to rest there, breathing heavily. So, when the girl asked, what is your age? The man said that I am a middle-aged person, but today I am feeling very young. And to prove myself, I will climb this wall instead coming inside through the gate. And he did that. So at first he was successful in climbing the wall, but there he took some relaxation. He rested for some time. Middle-aged man on the flying trapeze, he muttered to himself, I will help you, she said, and gave him her hand. So this girl was very kind that she helped him get down off that wall. He slithered down into a flower bed, shattering the stem of hollyhock. As they walked across the grass, he spotted a stone bench under a mango tree. It was the bench on which his grandmother used to rest when she was tired of pruning rose bushes and bougainvillea. So by seeing that bench, again he recalled his grandmother who used to take rest after pruning or just cleaning, we can say, the rose bushes and bougainvilleas. Let's just sit here, he said. I don't want to go inside. She sat beside him on the bench. It was March and the mango tree was in blossom. A sweet, rather heavy fragrance drenched the garden. So as it was the month, the tree was full of mangoes, so full of smell or scent, we can say, was there in the air. They were silent for some time. The man closed his eyes and remembered other times. The music of the piano, the chiming of grandfather clock, the constant twitter of budgerieres or on the veranda, his grandfather's cranking up the old car. So he started recalling all his memories by closing his eyes. I used to climb the jackfruit tree, he said, opening his eyes. I did not like the jackfruit though. Do you? So now, after recalling his memories for some time, he immediately opened his eyes and he said, I used to climb the jackfruit tree. Even though I don't like the jackfruit, but I used to climb the tree. So did you like the jackfruit? He started inquiring that little girl. It's all right in pickles. So she said, okay, they are tasty only in pickles. I suppose so. The tree was easy to climb. I spent a lot of time in it. So the man said, yes, I too think that they are only good in pickles. And he continued by saying that that tree was easy to climb and I spent a lot of time on it. Do you want to climb it again? My parents won't mind. So now this little kind girl said, would you like to climb the tree again? Anyhow, my parents will not mind for it. No, not after climbing the garden wall. Let's just sit here for a few minutes and talk. I mentioned the jackfruit tree because it was my favorite place. Do you see that thick branch stretching out over the roof? halfway along it, there's a small hollow in which I used to keep some of my treasures. So now what did the man reply? No, of course not. I can't climb the tree now, right? After I climbed the garden wall, I am already tired. So it's not possible for me. Let's just sit here and because we can have a good conversation by the time. And he started saying that the reason why I described the jackfruit tree was because that was my favorite place. And he pointed out a hollow space in the mid of the tree and said that I used to keep my treasures or some belongings, we can say. I used to hide some of my belongings over there. What kind of treasures? The little girl asked. Oh, nothing very valuable. Marbles I had won, a book I wasn't supposed to read, a few old coins I had collected. Things came and went. I was a bit of crow, collecting bright things and putting them away. There was my grandfather's iron cross. Well, not my grandfather's exactly, because he was British and the iron cross was a German decoration awarded for bravery during the war, the First World War. When my grandfather fought in France, he got it from a German soldier. So he replied, nothing valuable. I just used to keep some of the marbles that I have won and some books that I was not interested in reading and etc. And he also said that there would be one iron cross that I had hidden in my childhood, and that cross belonged to my grandfather. And then he corrected himself by saying that not exactly my grandfather's, because my grandfather was a British and that cross belonged to the German, and my grandfather received it as an award in the First World War for his bravery. Dead or alive? So the little girl asked. I beg your pardon. Oh, you mean the German? I never asked. Dead, I suppose, or perhaps he was a prisoner. I never asked grandfather. Isn't that strange? So at first the man did not understand what the little girl wanted to ask. So I beg your pardon, he said, I did not get you. Then he said, okay, you are asking about the German, right? From whom my grandfather has received that iron cross, right? So he said, I don't know whether he was alive or dead, because I never inquired that. And the iron cross, do you still have it? Now the girl started inquiring about the iron cross. No, he said, looking her in the eyes. I left it in the jackfruit tree. So he said, no, I don't have it with me right now because I kept it in the jackfruit tree in my childhood. You left it in the tree? Yes, I was so excited at that time, packing and saying goodbye to people and thinking about the ship I was going to sail on, that simply I forgot all about it. So, because of excitement of leaving this place and because of the excitement of traveling and etc., I forgot to take that cross from the tree. She was silent, considering, her fingers on her lips, her gaze fixed on the jackfruit tree. Then quietly she said, it may still be there in the hollow in the branch. So now the girl, at first she was silent, then she said, it might be there even today also. Yes, he said, it's 25 years but it may still be there unless someone else found it. Would you like to go and look? So now the girl said, would you like to go and check whether it is there or not? To this the man replied, I can't climb trees anymore. So that is our lesson actually. I can't climb trees anymore. So it is not possible for me. If you can't, I will go and see. You just sit here and wait for me. To this the girl replied, okay, if you can't climb the tree, then I will go and check it out. You just sit here and wait for me. She sprang up and ran across the grass, swift and sweet of limb. Soon she was in the jackfruit tree. Crawling along the projecting branch, a warm wind brought little eddies of dust along the road. Summer was in the air. I have found it, she cried. I have found something. Now the girl, full of excitement, she cried, I have found it. And now, barefoot, she ran breathlessly towards him, in her outstretched hand a rusty old medal. He took it from her and turned it over on his palm. Is this the iron cross? She asked eagerly. So the girl handed that thing that she found in the jackfruit tree to the man. Okay, and after receiving that, the man just checked that medal or that whatever the metal was, and he checked the medal, and then the little girl asked, is this the iron cross? Yes, he said, this is it. Now I know why you came. You wanted to see if it was still in the tree. So now girl said, now I understood the fact that why you are here. Now I got to know the reason for your presence. You just came here to check whether it is here or not. You may be right. I am not really sure why I came, but you can keep the cross. You found it after all. So now the man said, I don't know the exact reason why I am here, but as you have found this cross, you can keep it with you. No, you keep it, it's yours. but it could have remained in the tree for another 25 years if you had not climbed up to look for it. So now the conversation was going on. Both were forcing each other to keep that iron cross with them. But if you had not come back again on the right day, at the right time and with the right person, he said, getting up and placing the medal in her hands, it wasn't the cross I came for, it was my youth. So what happened now? The man, he stood and he said, I did not came here for this cross, but I came here for my youth. I am here to recall my memories of my youth. She did not understand that, but she walked with him to the gate and stood there gazing after him as he walked away. So the girl, as she was very small, she was unable to understand what the man was saying. She just followed him and she went and stood near the gate, and from there she was just gazing at the man who was walking away. Where the road turned, he looked back and waved to her. Then he quickened his steps and moved briskly towards the bus stop. There was sprightliness in his step, and something cried aloud in his heart. Dark dancing eyes, melon-swept lips, lissom limbs. So actually, now while going, this man, at first he turned back and waved at this girl, and from there, from the bus stop, we can say, he started moving fast. And then the only thing that was striking in his mind was the dark dancing eyes of a little girl, melon sweet lips, because the girl was having the melon, right? So melon sweet lips have been given and lissom limbs. The mango scented summer breeze made the blood course in his veins, and he forgot for a moment that he could not climb trees anymore. So that was a beautiful lesson in which a man after 25 years goes back to his village just to recall his memories from his youth. So it is showing us the importance of our life or our youth or of our childhood, we can say. I hope you all have understood the lesson very well. Let us stop it here and we will continue in our next class. Thank you.